Alright, NL-S-5, the final stage of the event, is definitely quite a finale for the fact that all the enemy snipers are super buffed. Now let's look at the conditions first and then explain the squad that you're gonna need to bring. The stage condition states that enemies deal increased corrosion damage, and at the same time in challenge mode, Monique, Roy and their minions, meaning all the snipers, have increased ASPD. So these 4 people will be shooting much faster than before. Now, all these 4 enemies over here are actually generally very weak, because if you see, they don't have any like A defense or A resistance, so you can technically tackle them with anything at all. But the problem is that the snipers can kill up your squad really quickly. Now, the strategy that I'm going to show you guys that I've come up with is not the lowest requirement way to do the stage, for sure. If you want low requirement, you'll probably need to resort to like a blaze strat or mud rock strat. But in those ones, you will need a lot of defenders and you have to keep cycling the defenders or fast redeploys in order to beat the sniper damage. And that can be very painful to do because that amount of shuffling, well, you might just try so many times and then your entire squad still just dies. So I want to give you guys a more consistent strategy that you can easily execute. But the challenge here is that you probably need higher, better builds allies in order to make it work. So I will show you what I mean now. Let's look at the squad. This is the lowest requirement squad that I propose. So this is the simplest way to handle the stage. Now, if you see here, there are 2 specific E2s that are basically putting up in this stage. There's a Chen Outer and there's a Spectre at E2. I'll tell you guys how to replace Spectre in a bit. And then afterwards, you can see that I brought an unusual 4-star that I don't often bring, which is a Pinecone. Now, she's also going to be easily replaceable. Let me break down one by one as to what all of these operators do. So, you need a Chen Outer, skill 3 M3. If you don't have that, please borrow from a friend. And if you don't have a friend with that, please come to my Discord server to add. Then, for Pinecone, Chen is going to handle one side of the map. So this strategy is basically trying to kill the snipers as much as possible. We don't want to tank them out. By killing them fast, we wouldn't have a situation where we have like 4 or 6 snipers overloading the map. And that way you guys will have an easier time to handle it. So Chen is going to kill one side of the map, and then afterwards Pinecone is going to kill the other side of the map. Now, you don't need it to be a Pinecone. Other operators that can replace her, it includes the following. So you have people like Ashe, Rosa, Schwartz on skill 3, Exia, skill 2 or skill 3, I let that be your choice. Aya on skill 2 will be pretty decent. Kyobi on skill 2 is decent as well. Fartooth on skill 3, Ifrit on skill 3. You want to try to eliminate the enemy as fast as possible. And then Carnelian on skill 3 also very good. The goal here is that within the lane that we're going to put Pinecone in, you want to kill the snipers as soon as they come out, or at least try to kill them slowly and eventually get them off the map. So that's the concept for Pinecone over here. And then we look at the other operators. There's a Myrtle and a Courier. So take a Standard Bearer and a Pioneer Vanguard. If you don't have enough DP generation, maybe you need to bring another Pioneer Vanguard or Standard Bearer to help you in the stage. This Pioneer Vanguard doesn't need to be a Pioneer Vanguard. It can also be a Standard Bearer if you want faster DP generation. Alright? But I assume new players only build one Standard Bearer, so that's why I do it like this. Next, Spectre is E2. With an E2 Spectre, she's gonna have 3 block, so she'll attack 3 enemies at a time. Now, in order to replace Spectre, you can replace her with another AoE guard that is a 3 block E2 AoE guard, basically. So for example, Blaze, Broca and Savage, as long as the E2, or even Estelle by the way, I kind of missed out on Estelle, there you go, they will work just fine to replace Spectre. E1 probably not gonna work. Then you can also replace with La Pluma. If you're someone who likes La Pluma a lot, you can use La Pluma on her skill 1. I've tested it out, it works just fine. You can also replace Spectre with a Mud Rock. Because Mud Rock has the AoE spin, that's also gonna help to eliminate the enemies. Now, Thorns and Lapland can work, but it's quite finicky. You need to figure out how to time it properly to make these two work. The safest way is to have a guard that deals AoE damage in this case, or at least multi-target damage. So that's the concept behind this one, and we'll go back to this. So this is what I mean by the requirement goes up a bar. And then take a healing defender. Doesn't need to be E2. It just so happens that my Gumi is E2. If you have other healing defenders in mind, please feel free to bring them into the stage. Then bring your best medic. So Susuro is an example of a really good medic as a 4-star rarity. If you have Shining, that will work. If you have a other single target medics in mind, like Warframe or Silence, they will also be okay. Bring along either a Dreadnought guard, actually, bring any guard. As long as they have high attack, I'm fine. Like if they are Lord, if they are Brawler, they are Arts guard, I'm perfectly okay. As long as they have good damage, that's about it. So that's for Malanta. And then afterwards, bring 2 defenders. Preferably defenders who can increase their defense. So if you have a Hoshiguma, a Nien, a Bison, anyone else that I can think of, a Metahorn not as good, because he only increases his defense by 15%. What other people I have in mind? Croissant could work, Liskam could work. So you can use them to replace Quora and Beagle. And then take a fast deploy. Gravel is a really good one to help you in the stage. Phantom is also decent for the stage if you use him on skill 1. And if you see all these free slots, you can either use the free slots to bring some stronger 6 stars or 5 stars that you have, or bring more bodies to tank out some of the snipers later on. Alright, so 11 operators over here. I've explained to you guys the replacement for Pinecone and Spectre specifically. The rest are just replacing within their branches or roles. Okay, let me show you guys how to do it. NL-S-5. To begin the stage, place a standard barrel over here, followed by a Pioneer Vanguard, and then put a Healing Defender along with whichever multi-target guard that you brought. And then place a high damage operator, whichever that you've picked, over here, facing downwards, along with a single target medic, and then the fast redeploy that you brought, right over here. Now, as soon as you have enough DP, I'm gonna remove Courier because I don't really need him anymore. Place Chen Outer over here. And then put in a Pinecone right over at this spot. Gonna activate Myrtle skill once more. So as long as Chen Outer is ready, go ahead and activate it. Now I'm gonna remove Myrtle. I'm gonna do some setup. So I'm gonna place Quora here, facing upwards. And then let me remove my fast redeploy. I'll place another defender over here, facing downwards. I'm gonna get Malanta's skill up so that she can get some extra damage going on. Now use Pinecone skill to try to get rid of this sniper. When the sniper on the top has been killed, stop Chen's skill. Just having fun clicking on Pinecone right now. There you go. Eliminated. Not all too bad. We wait out for the next set of snipers to come into the map. So if you replace Pinecone with all those operators that I mentioned just now, you'll notice that they will be able to hit onto the snipers that come into the map. So that's the concept behind it. I'm gonna get Malanta's skill up again so that she can deal some extra damage. Now I'm not gonna turn on Beagle's skill just yet, but I will turn on Chen's skill to get rid of the next set of snipers. Okay, I'll turn on Beagle's skill now. Give her some extra defense. Go Pinecone, do your thing. Leave Chen's skill on. It's pretty much like auto in a sense. I'm gonna save up Susuro's skill now. Okay, they're out. So use Pinecone to battle against a sniper. If you need some distraction, feel free to place like a gravel down. That way there won't be too much damage going in. Again, leave Chen's skill on. And just get Pinecone to damage this little boss over here as far as possible. If gravel dies, which will happen in just a little bit, you can kind of just throw bodies. So you replace on. Again, I'm gonna do some replacement. Okay, I'm gonna get Quora's defense up, and then also help her by getting Susuro skill in. Let's... I don't need a distraction just yet. If you can kill the sniper here, that will be great. If you can't and he walks all the way, you might have some hassle. You might need to place more bodies down to do some distraction, all the way until he walks the Spectre. But if you're lucky, or if you do it well, Pinecone will be able to kill the last sniper that was straying over there. Right, so that's the concept behind this stage. Should be easy enough for you guys to follow. Please feel free to ask me in the comments down below if you guys have any questions to the strategy. But if not, that's that for NL-S-5. Hopefully you guys have fun in Near Light. Have had fun, by the way, in Near Light. And if not, I shall see you guys in the next few events or even next few videos. Alright, thanks everyone for watching my guides. It's been a hell to make guides. I'm pretty certain I've spent every single one of my sanity pots to do it. In fact, I've just touched my original prime in order to make the guides happen. Definitely, I think it's worth it in the end, just to give you guys good guides. Okay, that's it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.